Let's talk about actually Robinhood,
Yes.
a success story of epic proportions over the
Hmm.
last year. Shout out to Romaine at Bloomberg.
Yeah.
But we went up there and we got to talk about InvestFest and we got to talk about a variety of other things. But we were talking about the stock market, and one of the things that he was talking about was Robinhood.
Hmm.
And Robinhood is a company that had it was tough times for a long period of time.
Yeah.
But man, they have an interesting chart, right? Like it goes up, it goes down, it goes up. Rumors of them hitting the S&P 500, and you see the crypto boom of Bitcoin going
Yeah.
to all-time highs and has held pretty steady. Uh, and we're good friends with the Robinhood people.
Yep.
Mhm.
Shout out to them.
So, what does this say about the future of Robinhood?
You got to give them credit. Not many times do we highlight companies that have turned things around in the face of adversity.
Yep.
I think Vlad at Robinhood and Dara at Uber probably are two of the greatest examples over the last 5 years. The low at one point was $6.85 in 2022, like, and to now to be at 75 pretty much and hitting a high of 77 last week. I think it just remarks to what happens when you keep your head down, you continue to make the platform better. I was really impressed with what they've done with the futures market for sure. They've made options very accessible, and I know they were demonized for a long period of time. I got a conspiracy theory about that too. Like, as soon as we began to have a platform that was championed by us, that it immediately got attacked. But I think they've done a great job of just turning around the business, staying focused, staying optimistic. And every time, you guys will talk to him more, but every time I've seen Vlad, certain entrepreneurs have that spark where it's like, it does not matter what's going to happen. Like, if a meteor comes his way, he's going to find a way to decentralize the meteor and put it on the market. He's just a hell of an entrepreneur. But in terms of the stock, that run from 32 up to 74 this year has been absolutely remarkable. You have to give him a lot of credit.
Yeah, I think this is a prime example of a company, especially a CEO, when we talk about Vlad, of leaning into the criticism. And that's something that he talked about at that summit, was that the criticism was fair. And people kind of used the gamification to almost criticize it, when the gamification was what actually brought a younger retail audience into it.
Yep.
And so it kind of got that stigma that this isn't a serious platform for serious traders, when in fact it 100% is a serious platform for serious traders. And as more people got educated on trading derivatives, options, and futures, and a younger population, that retail population that we're talking about, began how to use that more sophisticatedly, they stayed with Robinhood.
Yeah.
And then Robinhood in turn made it a better platform to do that. I know it started just as an app, and then it turned to the desktop, and we got a chance to preview the desktop before pretty much the general population did. And you can see when the actual market, when the Dow changed and the S&P started to tick up after 2022, and options trading started to begin to pick up again, you can see that stock price has changed as well. Then they started talking about where they're going in the future in terms of, hey, that gamification is something that we didn't have to run from. Now sports betting becomes something that they're adding into it. It's like, hey, he's seeing the wave of the future and he's not running away from it. He's actually adding to it and leaning into it, because that is where the population that uses Robinhood is at. And so that this is brilliant by him. And like you said, this is a conviction that he has every time he speaks, especially when we speak to him. There's just a certain belief and an unwavering belief that, we're on to the right thing. We're doing the right thing. We know who our competitors are, but we know who our audience is. And we're going to lean into our audience, because that's going to push us. And the stock has performed. We said this when we were there in November, like, watch out for Robinhood.
For sure.
They have something. We actually tested the product. The product is incredible. This is going to make it easier for retail investors. And these are the fruits of that labor.
Yeah, and the net profit margin is 48.77%. A dramatic rise from the losses they've had prior to. It's just a great company. And I normally hate the brokerage business, but for them to have that kind of margin, a stranglehold on our generation and younger, Robinhood Gold is pretty damn good. Yeah, this is a company I would not want to bet against. And we keep saying the legacy companies in the Russell 2000 and S&P 600 that are underperforming, you're going to get replaced. And this is a prime example of a company that just gradually keeps getting better. It was like Siakam, like G League MVP, most improved player, Toronto. Now it's like he may have a chance to get finals MVP if the series goes a certain way. Robinhood just gets better year over year. It's hard to deny.